Does your boyfriend like the way it smells?
I don't have one. I keep telling you that.
Just trying.
I just don't. Right. Like, it's not, like, if I didn't and I was like, I don't have a boyfriend, like, it'd be like, oh my God, like, you know I had a boyfriend. I, for real, like, don't have a boyfriend. I sit by myself and I watch Law and Order. I don't, like, have a boyfriend. I don't have, like, even kind of a boyfriend.
Not even kind.
I don't have someone that I'm texting that's a guy that might someday be my boyfriend. There's, like, nothing going on right now.
That's pathetic.
Yeah. Just, like...
You're busy.
Yeah. Well,
you're very, very busy. But you're okay with that, right? You have time. You have plenty of time.
You have to be okay with it. Because, like, if you're the girl that needs a boyfriend and then once she loses that boyfriend, needs to replace it with a different boyfriend, it's just this constant stream of boyfriends all the time. And I don't feel like I ever want to be that girl. I want to be the girl who, like, when she falls in love, it's like a big deal and it's a rare thing, I guess.
Good. That's good. That's a good thing good role model.
Well, thanks.
I think that's a good role model. I think there are a lot of women and young girls that look at you and listen to you, and I think that's good information. That listen to her. Take it from me, you don't need boys. You don't.
Oh my God, I was so captivated by the sounds of Ellen DeGeneres talking with Taylor Swift. Talking with Taylor Swift.
Ellen's mean.
Well, yeah, she's mean.
I thought we didn't realize that till later, and that was mean. She's like shaming her.
Yeah. She doth suck. She sucks. But she's gone now. Some say she's dead. Nobody really knows what happened to Ellen DeGeneres, but I actually saw a great tweet that said something to the effect of she used to be a necessary part of pop culture, like nature in pop culture. She kept a balance, and whereas now, you know, the Costco guys, for example, have had like an entire career or a longer arc than they otherwise should have. Were Ellen DeGeneres still on the air, it would have just been a 15-minute segment on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and then that would have been it. She maintained equilibrium on the internet, and now that she's gone, the antelope, so to speak, are running free, and it's terrible, and the whole savannah is the food chain is collapsing. With us right now is none other than Katy Perry, who
What's up,
is
Ben?
playing the part of Emil. I wish we had a sound effect of clapping and whatnot.
How do I do an Emil impression? What does he do? What does he do or say?
Oh, there you go. I don't know. Give it a whirl. Make your voice sound.
I need a nose ring.
Yeah, you need a
That would
nose
have
ring.
done it. That would have done it.
Just
where's he at?
Just say, "Oh, I'm watching tennis."
So he's at the U.S. Open.
I think he's out in New York right now at the U.S. Open. Yeah.
Oh man, he's like 7 honey deuces deep. I bet he's not even tuning in. He doesn't care about you.
Honey deuces? What the hell is a honey deuce?
You don't know what honey deuce is? They're like this $27 drink they sell at the U.S. Open. They make millions off of it, and people.
I saw that there's the $100 like chicken nugget with caviar on it.
Cocodoc. It's good.
That's what it's called, a polka dot. God, these. Oh no,
Cocodoc. Cocodoc. It's literally a McDonald's chicken nugget with caviar on it.
This is why I'm not a fan of tennis. It's such a bougie, highbrow, just like it's so. In the crowds, it's always. It just sounds like a bunch of moms going, "Oh," when someone does something impressive. Whereas, baseball or football, everybody's screaming, drunk guys getting fights with each other. It's cool.
Yeah.
You eat a hot dog. They're not serving $100 effing caviar chicken nuggies. And, give me a fucking break.
Well, that's the economy, baby. That's what we're here to talk about,
Yeah. Speaking
You
of the
got it.
economy, I just read that Spirit Airlines has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
How did that happen?
Oh, I wonder how it happened. Their ugly colors for once.
Wasn't someone going to buy them? Was Southwest going to buy them? Did that not? Southwest was like, you're even too trashy for us.
I don't know. I thought that it was Alaska. Or maybe
yes.
I don't know. But
No, you're
for
right.
the
It
second
probably was
time,
Alaska.
their second bankruptcy in a year. Have you ever flown Spirit?
I did one time, and I got
Why?
on, and I was in like college or something, and like they messed up my seat, and they're like, "Well, you can sit here," and it was one of those like seats that are facing the wrong direction that the flight attendant sits in and then pops down. So I sat in that seat the entire flight. And I
You
was like,
sat in a
whatever.
jump seat? That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was $75 flight, so I was like, you get what you pay for. Have you?
Yeah.
Do you fly them often?
I've never flown Spirit Airlines. I am very
Mm-hmm.
proud to say it. Why would I fly Spirit when Southwest is right there?
That's true. I mean, Spirit, you do it for the, it's like a survival thing. It's like a cold plunge. Just like I can do this. You do it every now and then just to check yourself. So, but now you won't be able to.
Girl, I guess I there's other ways for me to check myself than personal degradation to that level. I had to fly Frontier Airlines just to get to Colorado recently, and that shit sucked. They're so broke they don't have their own dedicated terminal. You got to take a bus to like. We had to. Emil and I got to LAX, and it was like, oh, you board a bus at Terminal 3, which takes you in the way deep into the international terminal where nobody else is around, and it was just a sad, pathetic state of affairs.
God.
And then their terminal that they have in Denver was also equally pathetic and disgusting. And anyway, it was good for my soul, I guess.
Checked yourself. Did you guys have fun in Denver? What did you guys do?
Yes.
I know you had some shows.
Yeah, I
Anything-
totally had. I had so much fun in Denver.
I love Denver.
Denver's
Did you go to like the
awesome.
breweries and no, you didn't? You just went
I
in
was
and
not
out.
a fan of Denver. The
Oh, really?
the whole
Why?
city of Denver feels like it feels like it was built just 5 to 10 years ago.
I mean, it basically that's when everyone from not
It's
there
all like
moved
new
there.
construction, and it's all uggo and anyway, you got a bunch of crunchy vanilla or granola
It's
people
crunchy,
walking
but
around.
it's like rich crunchy people. So it's that
Which
weird
is
like
even worse.
Yeah, I like
Anyway,
Anywho,
the theme for today's week is love is in the market, because America's favorite. Would you call them America's couple at this point?
yeah, they're a royal couple for sure.
What's that?
They're a royal couple.
They are a royal couple. Have you seen the tweets that people have dug up of Travis Kelce? His old
Yeah.
tweets talking. He can't even spell squirrel. Like, it's not even close. How badly he spells.
Squirrel.
He's truly. Ugh.
He phonetically tried, like, and he was like, you could tell he was like squirrel, and so he's like SQIRLE, which
Yeah,
kind of makes
squirrel.
sense if you're like 8. The other one I
Yeah.
like is like, I love a woman with a sense of humor, HUMER, and then #plus.
God damn.
I don't know. This is
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh, #crazy.
It's so. And it straight smashed all of it. I had no idea they ate bread like that. Haha. God damn, man.
Well, speaking of like economic cultural impact, there's a whole movement now. I'm on like Instagram. I'm a woman, so I get served all the 10 ways you know he's a red flag, like stuff like that. And now it's like, drop the intellectual guy. You need a himbo who's so stupid he doesn't know anything and just worships the ground you walk on. And I'm just like, so that's what's going to happen. Dumb guys who are nice. If you're dumb and nice, this is your time to shine.
I'm smart, and I also do the worshiping thing.
Okay, so you gotta play dumb.
I just don't know how to pick them. I'm bad at it.
Why?
I don't know. Cause
How rough is it out in LA?
it's
like,
so
what's-
bad.
Well, you have to
It's-
drive everywhere,
it's-
so right? Like that's weird.
There's nowhere to go to meet. I don't know. It just
Like-minded
sucks.
individuals. What
Yeah.
about like do people just hang out at coffee shops?
Yeah, but they're unemployed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you always
Or-
got Hinge.
Yeah, Hinge is. Oh God, don't get me started, Katy Perry. Please. It's so bad. I will complain. I will turn this whole hour into just a bitch
Well,
session.
Hinge is like doing the AI thing now. Everyone's doing the agentic AI. And now Hinge is like, here's like a chatbot matchmaker for you. Would you try that?
Would I try a chatbot matchmaker?
Mm-hmm.
No. I did get a cold email from a human matchmaker, and she set me up with some dork, and sent me the email like, "Hey, wow! Based on everything that you've shown, here's your match." And I looked her up, and I was like, "This girl's a absolute dork. What do you think of me? God, what do I need?"
That's the worst. When someone tries to
going on
set
with
you
my
up and you're
brand?
like, really? Yeah.
Anyway,
My cousin's a matchmaker actually, and she's Antonia. Hello. She used to look up. She was like sophisticated. She look up collegiate rosters, like varsity sports at top colleges from 5 years ago, and then she'd find the dudes on LinkedIn, slide into their DMs, and then tee them up with dorks. So it's a whole business though. You can make a lot of money.
how come only women can date dumb guys? How come I can't date a dumb woman?
You could date dumb people. I'm sure you do.
It'd be frowned upon. It would be considered some kind of abuse. I'm sure.
Well, I would say a lot of men don't even enjoy talking to women, basically, even if they're married to one. So I think.
Nah, shut up.
Guys,
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I had to beg to get on this show today.
I love talking to women. Women are the best.
Thank you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of speaking of women, here's a segue. The Qs somehow miraculously up 0.39% on the week. SPY up 0.67 on the week. The Dow Jones, who nobody gives a crap about, is barely, I'm just going to call it break even because 0.041% is nothing. Bitcoin down a little over 4.5%. I had a bid get filled on Bitcoin that I did not even remember was there at like 110,000 per Bitcoin. I sold half my Ethereum because I do not trust what is going on.
Wait,
do you have any crypto?
Go back. So yeah, a little, but we had guests. We had a show. I think it was Thursday. We got into an Ether conversation and talking about like Tom Lee and like people are bullish. So what do you mean you don't like what's going on?
It's just an overall. I do think that I admittedly I know crap all. I know nothing about this stuff. Anytime I try to understand, anytime I try to learn, I'm like, God, I still don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with just relegating it to, it would be like me trying to understand how the internet actually functions. I don't understand it fully, but like globally, I get it. It's a network of computers. Fine. But it's like the same thing to me. And if smarter people are saying that it's the future of, finance, whatever the hell, then fine. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
have fun.
I mean, the bull argument, Alex King was on. The bull argument he said is like obviously stablecoin, the Genius Act. Everyone's building stablecoin. A lot of them are built on Ethereum, and so they're the dominant leader. Evan Medeiros was on, and he was like, I don't believe that. I think there's going to be a plurality, and even cited that Circle was building their own blockchain. So it's a matter of if you think one wins out, or if and Tom Lee thinks it's going to hit 15K maybe by the end of the year. I don't know. I don't own anything. I don't own anything. But that's a guy who's like his whole brand. I mean, his whole brand is his credibility. So he is kind of sticking his neck out. If he says something stupid like that, if people are going to start, I guess Kramer's still doing his thing. I don't know. So,
Kramer gets too much hate.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, I think he does too. We talked about that. We think he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sold a little bit at 4,500. I'm going to buy back in. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. But yeah, because I don't want to be greedy like our stock twits greed sentiment, which is at a monthly high, which is, a lot of signs are pointing to this. I don't know. I don't know about you, Katy Perry, but I keep going through cycles of feeling like just absolute doom. And this market is propped up by AI spending and what do you call it? Data centers, and it can't possibly continue. Obviously, you've seen already Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, like cutting back on like freezing AI hiring. They go from offering people $1 billion practically to just a couple weeks later freezing it entirely. And then, I think what did NVIDIA's, I don't think that their numbers slowed down necessarily, but it's like they're definitely reaching the apex, it feels like, and it's gonna just be a harder and harder story to continue to sell to the market. They're sporting like a close to $5 trillion market cap. Give me an effing break.
I do get. Are you Catholic? Is that why you feel the impending sense of doom? Because that's how I feel.
I'm Jew.
That's like it's similar. Just like something bad's about to happen. That's
Catholics
generally
are the Jews of Christians.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, all month on the show in the morning, we have people coming on like historically the worst months of the year.
Yeah.
August, February, something bad's gonna happen in August. And then it's like, all right, we're now at August 29th, and
September is the worst month of the year, I thought.
And maybe that's September's top 3 in August and February or whatever.
But then the fact that we've got 3 months of green, and now we're coming into potentially a 4th month of green, also like
Interest
one
rates.
of the worst, weakest months. And then I've been seeing all kinds of huge options action on the VIX, people buying huge multi-million dollar lots of like October calls. This all tells me that it ain't going to happen, because nothing ever happens, because everybody's thinking, oh, surely the market can't keep going up. So that tells me it's either just going to go sideways, very slowly stair step down, like Chem Carson was saying, or nothing at all. And it's just, it's exhausting, and I effing hate it. And
you seem very impacted by this. You know, this is really affecting your mental health.
No, it's just the last. It's the I've been trading better than ever. It's just the last couple weeks. There's that dispersion of the markets. The index is not really doing much, but individual stocks being a little bit more volatile, including and especially stuff that I'm long.
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. I can't believe it. How did I miss a ticker with BBW as the symbol? That should have been a tell, man.
The worst product ever.
You think the Build-A-Bears are the worst products ever?
It's just, you build the bear. It's like $100, and then it sits.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's a great.
How?
What's their market cap? Let's see. Wow. Only $701 million? Jesus H. Why didn't I buy the hell out of this thing?
I don't, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, but to your point about like AI, AI demand, though, like I don't think that's going anywhere, but it is like that study came out from MIT that it was like, we talked about it this week. Like there's a study that 95% of some of these AI projects they couldn't measure the business impact of them. But the other way to look at it is like all these companies were just trying something. So there's something there, the fact they were trying. And then 2, I think it is hard to measure a little. Like, how do you quantify unless you have someone logging specific hours or you're quantifying it in like job reduction? There's so much of like, you can, so I don't know. I don't think it's like a bubble. Like there's definitely some companies that just like, actually, you know what? I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
Basically, all tech companies now are just throwing AI powered in the headline of anything they do. It doesn't matter what they do. And I think that's kind of the bubble where it's like all these, like everyone's just calling themselves it and not everyone's going to make it. But like the real infrastructure people, I feel like they're in a pretty good spot. But now it's like AI powered matchmaker on Hinge, AI powered that. It's like at some point it's just like engineering, you know, like you don't have to call everything AI. We get it. Rant over. I feel better.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that it reminds me of crypto. I mean, we've talked about this on our show, that it's reminiscent of the crypto bubble, where, if you want to call it that, where everybody suddenly, all these companies were touting, oh, we're utilizing the power of blockchain, and we're going to be doing blockchain shit, and it amounted to nothing.
Web3.
And it kind of feels like we're in a similar position where everybody's talking about harnessing the power of AI and AI this and AI that, and it's like, bub, this isn't any. You're reinventing the wheel here. It's like there's nothing. There's no there. But yeah.
Also,
I mean,
I'll say there's a difference between automation and AI. Like automation, if this, then that in the code, something happened. That is like basic computing. But everyone's just like now saying if they can do that, that it's AI. It's like, no, that's just like how computers freaking work. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I've just noticed it so much lately where I'm like, okay, that's the bubble where it's like it's gonna seem like all these things are failing, but I don't even think they're really AI companies at the end of the day.
And even when it's just a basic like chat bot that you're like when you call a customer service line. Now I think I had Delta Airlines, and it was this guy's like, I'm an AI, I'm an artificial intelligence that can understand complete sense. And it's like bullshit. You can understand me, because then I said my thing and it goes, I couldn't understand you. Try again. I was like, representative. I understand you want to talk to someone. Is that correct? Yes. And it's just, they can't even do that, is my point. So I think we got a ways to go. By the way, also, so in my trading, I get obviously my profit and loss reports. I've got this PDF that's like 100 pages of all my trades for the year. Mm-hmm. And I plugged it into Claude and I said, give me an analysis of my total profit and loss just on SPY and SPX. It couldn't do it. Yeah. It kept on going and then getting hung up, and it would say like, Claude has frozen. And then I had to manually hit continue, and it would keep going, but then it couldn't do that basic function of analyzing a simple spreadsheet in the form of a PDF. And it's like, how are we here? I eventually had to try, because then I ran out of like tokens or whatever. So I upgraded to the professional version. And even then I had to try it like 4 times before it would finally spit out the result. Yeah. So
the step before, like the data structuring, if Shai were around, he'd talk about Palantir. That's what they do. It's like companies that prep the data so it can be legible. And like when you upload a PDF, a lot of times it's just not structured in a way that even if it's smart gets it. Like even like it struggles with spreadsheets unless they're very clearly labeled, and you have to like sit there and structure it. So like that's a whole other piece of it. But I agree. I feel like lately though, isn't part of it like it's acting dumb until you pay kind of thing? Like that's got to be intentional.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
Like you upgraded.
That's a good point there. That's a good point there, Katy Perry. I did upgrade.
Just like Doug does when Doug wants a treat. He's just like, where am I? Who am I? I'm hungry. Is he right there?
He's laying right here. He's just having a little schluff. He's sleeping there. Well, all right, moving on. We've got the Buffett Indicator that, God, the guy's like 900 years old. I don't think that any indicator of his is worth a damn, but either way, it's the total U.S. market value divided by GDP. It's a ballpark measure of how expensive stocks are at any one point in history. It's now sitting at 220%, which is beyond the dot-com bubble. Again, as much as I think and agree with people who say we're in a bubble, it is not at all comparable to the dot-com bubble, because back then there were no revenues to back these valuations up. Today, you definitely have all of the money flowing in. So I don't know. Apparently, when Warren Buffett says if you're approaching 200%, you're playing with fire. So, but you can play with fire for quite a long time before you actually get burned.
Yep. I feel like to your point, that impending sense of doom is just a knowledge that we are playing with fire. And I think we know we are, and it's a speculative culture and everyone knows that. And just, it's like musical chairs. Just like you better hope your ass has a seat when the music stops.
Yeah. I think for me, the impending sense of doom is more the Trump administration and, screwing with the Fed's independence and
his hand kind falling off.
Yeah, just everything. Yeah. Just everything feels like it's hanging on by a thread, and the Trump administration is exposing all of the fatal flaws and all of these institutions that we held in such high regard for so long as being indestructible and inherently trustworthy and all this. And it just feels like the whole thing is a damn house of cards. So I don't know. And then China is just kicking our ass every which way, and they're able to. Did you see what Mexico is doing? They just put out a great video. The president of Mexico showing that they've built like 220 new hospitals and stuff.
No.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
What,
it's all in
what's
Spanish.
what's so good about it?
Because hospitals are good.
Oh no, okay. I thought you were talking about the production quality. Yes, the message is very
Oh,
good.
the production quality of the video is phenomenal.
Oh, great.
In its own regard. But yeah, it's just talking about how they were able to. It's just something that you look at and you go, wow, I can't imagine a world where the United States of America could get its act together for 6 months enough to build a single hospital, let alone like 60 or 200 or however many it was.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not it's a priority. We were launching things into space. We're doing big military drones. Like, I think those are the things that we collectively have decided are the important things in our
decided
culture.
that here it is. Again, it's in Spanish, so can't understand what she's saying. But 31 hospitales. And
31.
12 centros de salud, 12 health centers. And then you got a bunch of doctors. They got a truck there. They got that one truck driving. They got these two people. Looks like they're checking out.
Did you get served this on like watching Netflix or something? Where'd you discover this advertisement?
I saw it on Twitter.
All right. There's a lot of government propaganda on Twitter now. I'm getting like whole countries serving me ads, and I'm like, can you not? Like, it's crazy. I don't want to see an ad for your country.
A good friend of mine and her husband and 2 kids are in the process of moving to Mexico right now.
Okay.
I think they leave in like a week. They've packed up everything, sold just about everything else, and they had bought property like 2 hours south of the border in a gated community, and they built a house from the ground up. And man, after watching that video, holy God, I'm thinking I got to get down there and do the same thing.
Well, I'd say it'd be funny if Mexico like reverse Uno'd and send him back.
I think that's where we're headed. That's what she thinks, that's where we're headed. Where in the next 20 years.
I don't want that to happen to your friends, but if I were Mexico and I wanted to be funny and make a funny clip, that's what I would do. I'd start sending people back.
It's a shame that water would just give me diarrhea all the time. But I suppose I'd get used to it because that's how it works. Anyway, we got the big engagement news, everybody.
I would say big ups to Mexico. Your propaganda fully got bent. That's why they made that. And now they got you. Now you're going to take your buying power, your purchasing power, and you're going to roll down south.
There's so much beachfront property down south that they like. I guess in Mexico, part of the culture is like, oh, beachfront property is for poor people. It's for fishermen. So, plus that's where we dump all of our sewage. It's into the ocean. You want to live near there? All right, help yourself. Anyway,
all right.
French Montana and the Princess of Dubai got engaged. That's the one everybody's freaking out about.
I didn't know Dubai had a princess.
Yeah, and she looks fake. She looks like a fake. I mean, pull up this damn photo. This is the most. It's like she's yassified.
I mean, if I were worth $15 billion, I would 100% look like this.
Absolutely. Wait, 15 million?
No, billion.
I was like, billion. Why are you short selling yourself?
No, just because, like, why not? You run out of stuff to buy. It's like, why not buy a new face?
Well, I would just graduate to humans, of course. You buy people.
I didn't know they were a couple. I didn't know she existed. I am pro French Montana generally. So
who is French Montana?
He's a rapper. You wouldn't know. If you don't know the name, you don't know the songs. He's got like kind of like this island party vibe, and he's good. Yeah.
Well, he's failing the green line test. He was leaning.
Oh. He's leaning in?
Yeah, he was leaning in. So
yeah, she's way richer than him. So.
Yeah. He needs her more than she needs him.
Definitely.
But no, really, the Taylor and Travis this is so silly to me. I don't know that it's actually due to this, but like I guess they were wearing Ralph Lauren in the engagement photos. Ralph Lauren's stock kind of reacted, but who really reacted was Signet Jewelers, ticker symbol SIG. They had a big pop on but then it gave it back because of just the market generally. But do you think that it's going to lead to a lot of boyfriends proposing to their girlfriends?
No, not really. I think I think it's definitely makes the idea of marriage more top of mind. But to me, it doesn't fix the supply and demand problem. So it's like if people say you're a big Taylor Swift fan and you're like, oh, I don't like these guys, whatever. You're not gonna like one day be like, you know what? I guess that guy's okay. Taylor Swift got married. I'm getting married. It's not like buying the dress she's wearing. So I think you have to fix the systemic issue. But I think people like traders are just looking for something to react to now. I think that's fun. Like they're like, oh, American Eagle Outfitters, they signed Travis Kelce and they're trying to make a quick move because they know something will happen, but it's not sustained. So everyone's just looking for that like little bump. But you know, I'm happy for him. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan.
Did you see the I had no idea that this existed, but apparently there's an entire subreddit for Taylor Swift fans who are gay.
Yeah.
Who believe that Taylor Swift is a closet lesbian.
Yeah, they're the gaylers.
They're called gaylers?
Yes.
Yeah, and their entire subreddit was having a collective meltdown, and some have lost hope and are like, well, I guess she's... Yeah. But then others are like, I know that this is fake. I know that she's really not... She doesn't love him.
They think
gay.
It's part of an elaborate like ruse. There's different subsets of Taylor Swift fans. They're actually some of the funniest, but they fully believe that this is all just a big. And honestly, some of it lines up, right? Like, okay, tour announcement, engagement, beginning the NFL season, and then all of a sudden, Travis Kelce is the face of American Eagle, and someone's like, "Wow, American Eagle, so quick on that." It's like, no, like they planned that. This was all on a calendar, like you. So I don't know. Yeah, like people need hobbies, and so if this is a hobby, it's fine.
What are some of the other subsets of Taylor Swift fans that are interesting?
Well, so there's to the point about the Ralph Lauren dress. There's a huge account that is it Lauren or Lauren? I think
Nobody
it's Lauren.
knows.
I think it's Ralph Lauren. There's a whole account. Whenever she wears something, the person very quickly pieces together where the items are from, and they sell out immediately. So like my little sister all the time will watch this, and Taylor will wear something in a paparazzi pic, and she'll go buy it.
Good God, man.
Yeah, there's a whole that wave. There's different people who associate with different eras. But you know what? It's all one big community. I've seen her 3 times. Everyone's nice. Everyone's lovely. It's great.
I like it. I think Taylor Swift is perfectly harmless, and she's very, very talented. And I really admire her and her work ethic and her talent. And I'm not joking when I say I think that there's a future for her in politics, probably. And
really?
Yeah, man. And I think that would be... Can you imagine if she ran for president, she'd win in a heartbeat?
I don't know. People hate women, dude. Have you been like watching any of the elections?
Yeah, but like those are hateable women. Swift. That's the problem.
No, I just think they're like, yeah, they're like, oh, I like Taylor Swift. Oh, she's gonna make rules? Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little cynical on that. I feel like I've seen too much.
Here's a question.
Yeah, I would love for her to be in charge.
Who do you think would make it to be a president of the United States first? A gay guy or a woman?
It's tough because there's some like demographic. Honestly, I think a woman, but I think it would be a Republican woman, and I think it would be Ivanka. I think a Republican woman would beat a gay man.
You think a Republican woman would like hate crime style?
No. I mean, like in a head-to-head electoral college and popular vote match.
I know what you mean. I just like making.
Do you know what I mean? Though it's
gonna.
I think the first female president will be a Republican because you have enough power, like coalesced.
Yeah.
People will fall in line, and if it's a Trump, they'll be like, "Oh," and like she's beautiful, like. But like, I don't think anyone will get behind a Democrat woman for a very long time.
Dang, man.
You know, I'm losing. What do you think of the New York mayoral election over here?
What am I following it? You're asking?
Yeah.
I have been a little bit. like most political things, I get really exhausted really quickly because it so quickly inundates my entire timeline and feed.
Mm-hmm.
And everything just happens so quickly these days. And it just, I don't know, it does something in my brain where I'm just like, I can't interact with this anymore because it's so exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's in your face all the time. Like, it's so weird to think how Elon Musk was just everywhere for a hot minute, and now he's just you don't hear about him anymore. Okay, cool, great. I'm glad with that. I like Zoran Mamdani. I wonder if some of his policies can work. Obviously, it'd be great if they did. I think that Cuomo's attempts to kind of play catch up with his like marketing or whatever is really, really laughable and cringy and just bad. And it's like, bud, don't even why even try to be hello my fellow teens, you know? Just lean into the fact that you're some fucking old Italian guy.
Yeah, he's got to go out to Brooklyn and like, get a lawn chair, get a cigar, just sit out there and hold court. And people will be like, all right, I see what you're doing. I get you.
Sure, if you just lean into it.
I think those two, I think Eric Adams has a clear path because, first of all, like if you poll New Yorkers, no one will be able to name one policy the last 3 mayors actually were able to implement on their own with like all the stuff he wants to do. It doesn't matter if you want to do it or not. It's not gonna happen. Our mayors don't do anything except embarrass themselves and embarrass the city. And so from my point of view, I'm like, okay, if they're not doing anything, and this is just a human being who we are following in the news, you know, the most entertaining option is Eric Adams. Like last week, one of his staffers handed a reporter a wad of $100 bills in like a Funyuns bag. And it's like, you can't even, what? Like, it's just like, if we got to have someone and they're not doing anything, that's the kind of stuff I want to read in the Daily News. So I don't know, but it's funny because sometimes you get like, you know, market strategists on the show and they're like, oh, what's going on? Are people in New York worried? And I'm like, no one in New York gives a shit. Nobody cares. Everyone minds their own business. No one cares. No one's even talking about this. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Polymarket's got Zoran 85% to win. Eric Adams a paltry 4%. So maybe it's worth putting $100 on Eric Adams for the long shot if you really think that he's got potential.
So I've never done a Polymarket before because I thought it was not allowed in the U.S. Can we go on and do it?
I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
I don't understand. Well, speaking of, how am I going to do this transition? I don't know, racism and crackers. Cracker Barrel. God, I can't fucking get over these people. They bitch and they complain about wokeism and culture war nonsense that's inconsequential. And here we are where a fucking restaurant changes their logo. There's no like trans person or person of color or black woman or anything. They don't do anything like that. It's just a harmless,
this is ugly,
modernized version of the logo, and they have an absolute aneurysm meltdown. And you know something, Katy Perry? It's because they've gotten so good at taking the most innocuous thing and pinning it on like the left or Democrats. It's like, look at what the Democrats have given us. It's infected everything from politics all the way down to our beloved Cracker Barrel. And it doesn't matter that it's not true. It's just that's the felt sense that gets disseminated into the popular culture and into the discourse where our brains go, yeah, man, they even wokeified Cracker Barrel. And do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think it's just the state of our politics where something happens, you can always push the other side narrative into a place that fits with your narrative. And I think if this is the same thing, because I don't want to get off Cracker Barrel, I want to stay on Cracker Barrel, but with the government investing in Intel and taking stakes, because I'm like, that kind of feels state owned, business. But then on the other side, Republican, I'm like, I always look at what do the other side say? What does like a normal person on the other side say? And yeah, so then it's like, well, the CHIPS Act was just like, a big amount of money, and they chose a bunch of different companies to give it to, but it was kind of like, and I was like, all right, but like both sides are now saying like that's state-run like business, and I'm like, well, you're both doing versions of it, and so the Cracker Barrel thing though, it's just ugly. Like you can just call it ugly. Like you could just be pissed that it's ugly. It doesn't need to be. I don't understand. I think it's not that they were trying to be more liberal. It's that they were trying to cater to an audience that they want, but will never have, which is 25-year-olds who went to college at an ACC or Big Ten school and live in Brooklyn. Like they do not care what Cracker Barrel does or stands for. So they just completely, they abandoned the people that go there. And that's the problem.
I think I agree with you. And it boils down to just it's bad messaging and communicating by the company. They should have just said, like, we're still the same company. We're just updating. And maybe for all I know, they did say that. But it's just such a... The right just so badly wants to maintain its hold over some perception, over some nebulous time in America that doesn't exist anymore. It's part of that whole circle of like, this is what they took away from you, and this is what they've they being I don't even fucking know anymore, the deep state. I don't know. It's just
here's so marketers stand just for, like, go back to the business side. Like when you do, so I do marketing. I've done it for 15 years. When someone stands up and is like, we need a rebrand, it's because like shit's not good. Things are not good. You need to like make a change and kind of pull the wool. So the core problem is this is like a dying business, literally. So they're if you look at their earnings report from like right after COVID, they're like, weird, none of our customers are coming back. Their customers were very elderly. They're not coming back because they're not leaving their house, or they got ill, whatever it was. So, and they never did anything after that. I personally like love the Cracker Barrel experience. I think it's great. I think there's a little gift shop. It's old time. It is fun, but like they didn't change anything. And then it got to like, here we are in 2025, and someone's like, we need a new logo. This is gonna like, and then some agency sold them on this dream. And no one was like, wait, like it just happens all that. If a company ever rolls out a new logo, look under the hood. Something is not right. I'd say 99% of the time.
I'm racking my brain for like a good example of a brand refresh. I feel like Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and some of those have like updated theirs, but to little or no fanfare, because it's like people are going to eat that garbage no matter what.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm trying to think of like, it's usually if you're changing a logo, something's wrong. It's like when like a few years ago I was going through it and I got bangs. It's like everyone knew something was wrong. I wasn't saying I was like turning into a new part of me or something was messed up and I got bangs.
Yeah, I've definitely seen women on dating apps where their photos, they have long hair, and then it's like suddenly they've got like short hair, and I'm like, oh, you just went through a breakup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two of the last women that I've gone on dates with sprung it on me in the middle of the date that they are divorced.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I don't know. You tell me. What's wrong with that?
In New York, a lot of people who are still married are on the apps trying to date. So at least they actually went through with it and got divorced. That's more than we're working with on this side. That's all I'll say about that.
I guess you could call it a bit of a logo change. These women were going through a logo change.
I like the concept of a divorced person because they understand commitment, marriage, sacrifice. It didn't work out.
They're also quitters. You could call them quitters. But no,
yeah,
both
you also
of them,
need to know why they got divorced. Like, what was the reason?
In both cases, it was the men. Typical.
It's one side of the story, but
no, it was like I fully believe that. I mean, one of them had like they were together for 11 years, and the guy cheated with a stripper, and the stripper found her email and like I'm not airing this woman's dirty laundry. She was very nice. Anyway, I've never been to Cracker Barrel, but you should take out this nice divorced woman to Cracker Barrel. Is there one in LA? You want to go to Cracker Barrel? Well, it's funny because they got I have a theory. Their recently hired CEO is a woman, and there is something to be said for a board of directors. When a company is in decline, they install a female CEO so that it's easier because they like I'm dead serious here. They like pawn the blame off on the
Yep.
woman. Like, all right, the company's fit. Except for my stock, Chart Industries, that got bought out at a little over $200 a share. They had a woman. She fucking crushed it. She was great. But anyway,
That is actually, there's been data run on that. That's what happens. It's called the glass parachute or something, where it's like, and it is like, bring the woman in, like totally odds are all against her, like that kind of, it's
Marissa Mayer comes to mind.
Yeah. And look, you can't, like, every situation's different. There's terrible gal CEOs and there's terrible guy CEOs. But if you look at the data, a lot of times when someone comes in, they bring in a woman, and it's, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do. Like, you take the CEO job, I guess, and just know that you're going to be sacrificed.
Well, she was kind of sacrificed at the altar. And
Well, she's still the CEO, right?
I believe so.
Okay, for now.
But the stock dumped 14% after that logo reveal was made public, and then everybody had their stupid reactions. But then the company, and I gotta hand it to them for actually paying attention and not doubling, tripling down like Jaguar did, for example. Jaguar, the car company, was like, no, this is our new logo. They said, all right, we've heard you, and we're going right back to the old look. And the stock reacted and bounced back to even higher than where it was before. But yeah, I guess I didn't know this, but the cracker on the Cracker Barrel ad, the old man, he's a real guy. His name was Uncle Herschel.
Oh, is he nice guy? What do we know? Does he have a Wikipedia page?
Yeah. Well, his name was Uncle Herschel. He was a real person inspired by the uncle of founder Dan Evans. He served as the company's goodwill ambassador and was referred to as the, quote, soul of Cracker Barrel. And if judging by their track record, this man was a probably, racist and generally shitty old man, Yeah, I'm Uncle Herschel. Get your damn.
So this is, I just didn't pick up. I didn't, because everyone's like, oh, well, they took him out because he's a white guy. But I was saying before, he's transparent in the logo. He's an outline. I mean, I know the person it represents, but like the logo itself, it's not even like it's a white guy. It's like an outline. So
yeah.
But, I don't know. People, this is the thing you were just saying, like, people care about things to the extent that it advances their talking points on social media. And like, that's it. It's like, but the fact that, I'm actually working on a book about this, where it's like, people have opinions on companies. They also have Robinhood apps, and it's like making things nuts for these companies. And the companies need to like change how they're doing things, because like, imagine being like imagine you're on the Cracker Barrel board and someone's like, oh God, you're going viral on X. I'd be like, what? You don't even know what to do. And
going viral, I feel fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't laugh at that.
Why?
Because it's fucking stupid.
I like a good syphilis joke as much as the next scale.
Oh, thank you. But I go on, continue.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's what's fascinating, because it's like, just like you're saying, something happened in culture. Cool. Everyone's talking about it. I'm going to make this a headline. I'm going to tie it back to my worldview so I can advance what I think, and then shout at people online. Next. Yeah. Do that every day until we die.
It's really exhausting and really stupid. I think that it glosses over the real point, which is a good one, that there is something to the fact that rebranding things lately can come with an air of sterility, because companies are trying too hard to appeal to absolutely everyone. And in doing so, they just make a just kind of like impotent, color, just flavorless kind of look. And it's like, I do miss the old days when a McDonald's had a distinct look, the restaurant itself, or when like a KFC and, all these. It used to look like, not just a fucking box. And same with the logo.
My friend Katie last night just told me why this is. She read an article, and it makes a lot of sense. It's because of capitalism, because they're buying the real estate. They need to be able to flip it, and you don't want to have like a big honking red roof if it's going to be a laundromat. So it's like,
I think I saw that.
But this is what I'm going back to. So the same people that are mad about that are capitalists, free market. That's why that's happening. It's not about feelings. It's about money.
Bitch, that's your capitalism at work.
So that's the thing. It's a hypocrisy. Like, it's just like, no, and everything goes back to, we talk about business. Everything's a business decision. You think like Target actually cares about people's feeling? No, They're going to say the thing they want to say to make more money.
Yes.
And so it's just thinking that companies are doing things to advance an agenda that's outside of making money is crazy to me.
Yes.
But that's just...
very, very well said. And it is very frustrating to see these people who praise the myriad benefits of capitalism as, you know, the pinnacle of Western civilization, and yet at the same time lament the downfall of a great American brands because of woke. It's like, no, it's not because of woke. It's because of the very capitalism that you uphold no matter what. It's like, these are the flaws in the system, where you get to a point where you've milked every last cent out of everything. You've got to turn to you've got to leave no stone unturned where you can, you know, cut costs, whether it be building these shitty, colorless, bland structures, or planning ahead to having to flip the real estate should the business not work out. These are all a product of this system that you tout and are so gung-ho for no matter what.
Which the system works. It's just like, don't say it's something that it's not.
Yeah.
Like the Pizza Hut is not, they're not trying to get rid of those cool stained glass things because it's not inclusive. It's because they know they're gonna have to sell that place in 5 years and they don't want to. I was just looking up if the Brawny Man is still a thing. I think he is. Wow,
good. The Brawny Man. If they get rid of the Brawny Man, I will set myself on fire.
He's well, I was just looking. He used to be blonde with like a porn stash.
Yeah, but now he's trans, so the Brawny Man is trans.
Wait,
I
they
think
should just
also,
do that. That would be so funny for the bit.
If I were
Just
the
do it
Brawny,
for the
if I were
bit.
the Brawny CEO, I would just come out and say, "Hey, guess what?
It's a Brawny woman now.
Brawny Man is trans."
Honestly,
just
I think that would unite.
Press.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because at some point it's just fun to push people's buttons.
Yeah.
Get the reaction.
But I think it says so much about America. Like, going back to Mexico, Mexico is able to do what they're doing right now because they are not mired in this. They don't have the same stupid bullshit hangups that we as a society and a culture have, because we've reached this point where it's just we're the powers that be in the companies.
Mexico has some of its own problems for
What
sure.
do you mean? The diarrhea water?
Here's the
Cartels?
This is like when you so when you compare I am very critical of the United States, everyone, but I'm also like, you know, when you compare us to other places, it's just we're so different.
Sure.
Like other countries don't have the racial diversity we have that is the underpinning of a lot of problems. Other countries don't have as big of a the business setting that causes, like, we have all these things that are great that lift the country up, that makes other people admire us, and those are the same things though that create problems. My issue is we for some reason cannot look at a situation and see like, okay, this is happening. It's like we look at everything in like this black and white and it's their fault. It's just like, this is just how it is. We're a very messy country. It's messy. And like so I don't know. But I hear it all the time. Everyone's like, oh, the trains are so nice. And it's like, well, they pay a lot of taxes. Do you want to pay a lot of taxes? Like, you can eat sushi off a train in Japan, or you can pay less taxes here.
So you're saying that our racial diversity is our biggest weakness?
No, I think it's our greatest strength, but I think that's the reason when everyone's like, why can't we just be like Sweden?
Yes.
Everyone in Sweden looks
They're
the
incomparable.
same.
You can't compare. I get what you're saying.
You know, it's different. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. And so anyway, but everyone's got their, like, I don't know what, after the election, everyone's like, oh, I'm moving. Where are you going to move?
Yeah, I think it's
Where
just.
Where are you going to go? Everywhere sucks.
Yeah. What I'm mostly saying is that it speaks to what our priorities as a country are when it just feels like, it might not necessarily be the case, but it certainly feels like our corporate overlords are just so hell-bent on the pursuit of never-ending profit growth, and we've reached such a point where it's just it's at the cost of, yes, our wallets, but then also, this feels gross to say, but like our culture. And I'm talking about the logos in the fucking restaurants. It's just like everything, we're getting to the point where everything is just bland in the same fucking color and the same design scheme because it's the most profitable, because it's how they figured out to maximize. It's just the incentive structure is set up in such a way where this feels like it was an inevitability, and it's just really disheartening and sad. And
Man, that Mexico ad gotcha. That's been the 31 hospitales. You're like, I'm gone. Like, I'm
hell
leaving.
yeah.
I'm gone. I'm never looking back. This shithole country.
Well,
Yeah, it's hard. You gotta be a little positive. A
Oh,
lot of
I
people,
am.
a lot of people are putting their life on the line to come here, right? And so, like, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we're not perfect, but we're all. I think we're the best and the worst at the same time, literally.
that's a good way of putting it. I think that there, it can be very easy to get hung up on all the negatives of this country, and it forces you to kind of look at, man, this is the worst place in the world, and it's like, no, it's not. Trust me, there are other places that
You
are
got a lot of ticket to
demonstrably
be born
worse.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Except
I don't
maybe
know.
like the Amalfi Coast. If you were born there, it's like, all right, yeah, you got the lottery ticket, I think. But
Well, we were going to get into, we had a whole thing on the history of Cracker Barrel with discrimination against gay people. There was like a company policy in 1991. There was an internal memo directing managers to stop employing individuals whose sexual preferences fail to demonstrate normal heterosexual values.
it's
Which
so
is
weird. Does that like come up in the interview process? Like, hey,
So also,
can
are
you
you
memorize the
gay, or-
menu? So, like, which way do you swing? That's weird. It's a weird
Yeah.
thing to ask in an interview. I'd be like, what,
1991,
weirdo?
man.
I'd be like, I don't want to work here. That's weird. Why
Yeah.
do you care? I don't know.
And also, let's see, in 2002, a majority of shareholders, 58%, voted in favor of it, explicitly including sexual orientation in Cracker Barrel's non-discrimination policy. This policy change in 2002 formally prohibited anti-LGBTQ plus discrimination, marking a delayed but important evolution in the company's stance. Just in 2002, they finally changed that. And then by 2023, Cracker Barrel was displaying rainbow-colored rocking chairs to celebrate Pride, which, of course, ignited backlash because I'm sure Mima was like, now what the hell do I got to sit in the gay
Wait,
queer
what year?
chair
What
for?
year? That event must. What year was that? That's
2023.
oh, people must have lost. Oh my! See, how'd I miss this?
Oh, man,
Oh
Mima.
man, people must have lost their minds. I love it. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
these people, man. Anyway,
People, my thing, it's like people pick weird hills to die on. It's a weird hill to die on. I don't know why you care what someone else is doing. I don't really care what you think, but like it's a weird hill to die on. Ask someone what they're doing in their free time when they show up to work. It's weird.
well, speaking of weird, Trump firing Lisa Cook or saying that he wants to fire Lisa Cook is just even more. It's so infuriating because it's like all these Republicans and right-leaning centrists who for years have been gaslighting us, I don't know about you, but saying, oh, Trump's not going to, he's just all bluster. He's all talk. He's just saying these things, blah, 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 blah. You guys are crying wolf and Chicken Little over here. And it's like, now we're actually slowly living these things. Where the fuck are those people?
Selling books. Going back to what you said, it's all about making money. This is I'm trying to sound like George Carlin, but like these people don't believe in anything except making money. So it's like, okay, I'm going to say this thing to get in this position, and then I'm going to retire, and I'm going to speak at Morgan Stanley conferences for 20 grand a pop and sell a book. That's what it is. It's
really
that's
sad.
where they are.
Yeah.
I know, but like it's hard not to just get cynical, but it is what is fascinating is the psychology of like the barrage of things that are like very radical in terms of being it's never happened before happening all at once. And so it's just you can't sustain surprise or outrage. And so it becomes normal. And I think that's where we're at. We're like, oh, what happened this week? Like, oh, okay. Like that's and you stop saying things like, wait, that has never happened before. That's not normal. But when it's enough of it. But I appreciate her response. She was like, yeah, I'm not leaving. So
yeah, this
sure
Bill
shut off her
Pulte
email.
asshole accused Cook on August 15th of mortgage fraud. Because I guess she claimed one home in one state as her primary residence, and like 2 days later did the same thing for a different home in a different state entirely. Obviously, you can't.
I don't want to slander anyone, so I'm going to couch this by saying I could be making, but isn't Trump like the OG of mortgage fraud?
Yeah,
or
but
real
see,
estate
he's
fraud?
smart because he's
Like,
taking
he
advantage of
invented it.
loopholes.
But like he invented it.
Sure.
Like that's a weird one. Pick something else. Tax fraud.
Yeah. It
Okay,
doesn't
so
matter.
he's saying she owned a home, she was paying taxes in a different.
Well, she was claiming both residences as her primary residence, and you can't do that, I get, for whatever reason. I don't know what advantage that gave her. Maybe it was a tax advantage or something.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they're saying that gives cause, that mortgage fraud gives cause to fire her, which even if it is mortgage fraud and even if she is guilty of it, let's just assume, the big question is, does that give a sitting president cause to fire someone who's on the board of governors of the Federal Reserve? I don't think it does, from what I've read.
I mean, we can go digging for people involved in that institution that have done messed up stuff, and I feel like there wouldn't be many people left.
No,
you know?
Except for me. I've never done anything wrong in my life.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. That's a weird one to me. But she's also only accused of it. You can't accuse someone and then fire them for it. You got to find them guilty. That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, as of yesterday, she's suing the Trump administration. And yeah, it's just, I think it's obviously clear that it's Trump's attempt to slowly start to gain influence and control over the Fed. He's made it no secret that that's what he wants to do, because Jerome Powell has not been playing ball and catering to his desire to lower rates to zero, which would just bring back inflation and would cause a whole slew of problems. But it doesn't matter, because we'd all be getting rich, because the stock market would go up, and he'd be able to point to that and say, look how successful I am, and yada, yada, yada. So I don't know. But at this point, I mean, the man can't lose. Trump can't lose. So maybe we should just do that. Maybe we should do everything we can, because he's clearly sold his soul to the devil, and they're making it so that everything he does and everything he touches turns to gold. So
Yeah,
fuck
you know
it.
what?
Let's try it.
It's tempo. It's father time gets everyone. That's the worst way to say it. But what's worrisome is, like, do the institutions that have been pushed, like altered, do those forever change or sustain, or do we get back to normalcy eventually at some point in a few years? I'm not wishing ill will on anybody, but that's an inevitability. So like, that's the thing of like, is it permanent damage, or is it just like, this is like a crazy, I don't know. I have no idea.
I think that when Father Time and Mother Nature team up and take care of it, I think that there will be a whiplash effect back to normalcy, because he is the only thing. People have tried, other politicians have tried to do the Trump thing with the name calling, with the being brash and being outspoken, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
He has a unique ability to do this stuff, and it is my hope that when he's gone, it'll kind of, Trumpism will kind of go with him, and we'll all kind of collectively be out from this collective haze that we've been stuck under.
We'll see. It could also be next man up. So you know what? That's not a good way to go into Labor Day weekend. This is a weekend to celebrate Americans' hard work ethic, overtime, fighting for their rights. Are you doing anything fun for Labor Day?
Am I doing anything fun for Labor Day? I don't know. I might be buying a new surfboard.
Call it that divorcee. Take it to Cracker Barrel.
Nah. I'm not taking no divorcee to no Cracker Barrel.
I
don't even think there are Cracker Barrels in California.
There are.
There are? Okay.
There are?
Yeah,
Where?
I guess.
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. That makes sense.
All right. Well, Ben, you can take me next time I'm in LA. Don't take anyone else.
Let's go to Cracker Barrel in San Bernardino. It's a 90-minute drive out there.
Do it.
All right. I think that's a good place to end. We've got my trading, to wrap it up, I guess. I'm not trading this market very well right now. I've mostly been sitting on my hands, just kind of lightening up stuff that I have profits on. And yeah, waiting to see what the hell happens over these next few weeks. So, Katy Perry, any parting words of wisdom?
Hope everyone has a safe, healthy, and happy long weekend. And yeah, we're actually, the Daily Rip Live is going to be at the Gateway IR conference next week in SF. So we have a ton of stuff coming to you. So check it out. I'm going to be on the West Coast. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on. I know I'm not Emil, but that's okay. He'll be back soon.
It's always a pleasure having you and always fun talking to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye, guys.
It's the weekend rip.